Hey everyone, and welcome back to K-Pop Spotlight TV. Today, we're going to talk about a government official. Not just any official, but the Prime Minister of Korea, Min-seok himself, who just casually waltzed into the HYBE building on January 21st. This is a full-blown political endorsement, a cultural declaration, and a direct link between BTS, Hallyu, and the very fabric of South Korean democracy. Today, we're diving deep into Prime Minister Min-seok's surprise visit to HYBE, dissecting every single word, every subtle nod, and uncovering the huge significance of his speech. We'll talk about the Lightstick democracy connection that will give you chills, the shocking confirmation of BTS's comeback stage at Gwanghwamun Square, how ENHYPEN became part of this historic event, and why the Prime Minister thinks ARIRANG isn't just a song, but a political statement. Okay, let's set the scene. January 21st, 2026. We're still planning our ticket strategies, and then a bomb drops on the timeline. Prime Minister Min-seok visits HYBE. This is the Prime Minister of South Korea. He showed up at the epicenter of K-pop, the grounds of HYBE. The official reason given was a town hall meeting with young employees. But let's be real. When the Prime Minister visits a private entertainment company, it's about national pride, cultural diplomacy, and the massive influence of K-pop, specifically BTS. That's the power of Bangtan. Now, before the main event, we need to talk about a little detour the Prime Minister took. He got the full HYBE experience. And he ended up in ENHYPEN's practice room. The CEO of HYBE and president of Belief Lab, Kim Tae-ho, was actually introducing ENHYPEN to the Prime Minister, calling them among the most popular K-pop artists in the world, easily counted on one hand. The Prime Minister literally watched them set their formations. He saw the mirrors, the numbers on the floor, and he was genuinely surprised. But here's where it gets intense. Kim Tae-ho revealed their grueling training schedule. 4 hours a day now, but over 10 hours a day as trainees. And get this, they practice with mirrors, but right before a big comeback or broadcast, they train to practice without them, forcing them to rely purely on muscle memory and spatial awareness. It truly highlights the insane work ethic ingrained in these idols, which the Prime Minister witnessed firsthand. He even commented that living and earning money in the culture business is the best possible job and a dream for many young Koreans. This was an education for him on the sheer dedication behind K-pop's global success. Alright, let's get to the heart of Prime Minister Min-seok's speech, because this is where it gets deep. And it directly ties into BTS's ARIRANG comeback. He started by making an interesting connection. He talked about Lightstick culture. But he wasn't just talking about concerts. He linked it to the recent martial law crisis that Korea experienced. He explicitly stated, the root of Hallyu is liberal democracy. He explained that the world asks about the power of Korean culture and the secret behind the Korean wave. His answer? Our history of defending freedom and the cultural energy that has grown upon the foundation of democracy. He then recalled a moment when President Lee Jae-myung stepped out after the martial law crisis and stood at a rally in Gwanghwamun Square. The Prime Minister recounted how many people were there, many artists came to comfort citizens, and lightsticks were lit. Do you understand the magnitude of this statement? The Prime Minister is directly linking the iconic lightsticks, the symbols of unity and fandom, to a moment of national crisis and the defense of democracy. He's saying that the same spirit of unity, freedom, and collective action seen with K-pop lightsticks was also present in a fight for national values. This is a profound cultural force. And this brings us to the biggest, most jaw-dropping confirmation from the Prime Minister's speech. He said, "It is deeply meaningful that BTS will hold their comeback stage at Gwanghwamun Square, the very place that was protected by those lightsticks." Gwanghwamun Square is happening. This is one of Korea's most historically significant public spaces, a symbol of national identity and a place where major political demonstrations and celebrations happen. He emphasized that making the entire city into one culture and having BTS perform at the very Gwanghwamun that those lightsticks protected is a very wonderful and beautiful thing. This takes BTS's ARIRANG comeback from a cultural event to a national declaration. It solidifies their status as cultural ambassadors whose very return is being intertwined with Korea's national narrative of freedom and democracy. So, let's tie this back to the ARIRANG album that BTS just spoiled. We heard from the members on the Weverse Live that it represents their Korean roots, their longing for army, and their journey as Koreans. But the Prime Minister just added a whole new layer of geopolitical significance to it. He admitted he had to rethink ARIRANG after this experience. He believes the reason BTS chose it was because of various reflections and concerns about freedom, democracy, and Korean identity. He stated, "I think ARIRANG is one of the concepts this time, and it made me think about it for the first time in a while. I think you chose it because those kinds of various reflections and concerns were contained at the heart of that choice. This is the Korean government interpreting that choice as a conscious alignment with national values. It's like the Prime Minister is saying, "We see you, BTS, and we understand the powerful message you're sending with ARIRANG, a message that resonates with our nation's history and future." This album, this comeback, this Gwanghwamun stage, it's about national identity, cultural power, and the democratic spirit. The Prime Minister explicitly pledged government support, not just for K-culture, but directly for HYBE as a leading global cultural enterprise. He stated, "The government will not only support K-culture so that it can continue to flourish but will also cheer for HYBE to become a leading global cultural enterprise." This is the head of government saying, "We are behind you, HYBE. We believe in K-pop. We believe in BTS." He also reiterated the larger national goal. Amid the new momentum brought by BTS returning as a full group this year, K-pop will once again astonish the world. As a partner that provides the strongest support for creativity and innovation in the industry, the government will spare no effort to ensure South Korea firmly establishes itself as a cultural leader. This is about South Korea positioning itself as a cultural leader on the global stage, with K-pop, and specifically BTS, as its vanguard. It's an incredible validation of everything BTS and HYBE have achieved. The government is actively investing in this cultural phenomenon as a national asset. Despite all the political weight, there was also a really sweet, human moment during the Prime Minister's speech. He told the HYBE employees, "I also want to say I'm envious of you." He acknowledged that working in the culture business is the best possible job, a dream for many young Koreans. And he urged them to continue using their freedom, cultural sensibility, and love for the world and your country to create amazing art. It shows that beneath the official rhetoric, there's a genuine appreciation for the passion and creativity of the people at HYBE. He sees the magic they create, and he's there as someone who is genuinely impressed and even a little envious of their joyful work. It was a nice reminder that at its core, this industry is fueled by immense talent and dedication. So, what does all this mean for ARMY? First, the Gwanghwamun Square comeback stage is confirmed and will be an event of national significance. Second, ARIRANG is politically charged. The album's themes will resonate musically, culturally, and politically within Korea. It's a statement of national identity. Finally, BTS are now absolute cultural icons. Their return is being framed as a major moment for the nation, solidifying their status as vital cultural ambassadors. We are witnessing a cultural phenomenon being embraced, celebrated, and strategically supported by an entire nation. The ARIRANG era is going to be unforgettable. What are your thoughts on this incredible development? Are you ready for the Gwanghwamun stage? How do you feel about the Lightstick democracy connection? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because we are going to be on high alert for every single detail of this historic comeback.